on cross-examination, and you're going to be able to prove that he was, essentially acting in conformity with, something that he always does, something that he's known to do, that he has a history of doing. So, no, someone like him, I would really advise against taking the stand.
Yeah, I have to agree. And going back to your supposition about the first-degree premeditated murder, we know from a preliminary hearing that the prosecutors have one of his friends of a group, I think it was 2 other guys he was with, one of them said, "We're going to fight you guys." Yeah. And then do you think that's enough to support or undergird a charge of first-degree murder?
Yeah, she also made another really good point. The prosecutor made another really good point, which is that between the time that they were in the bar versus the time that they got out, he had a decision there. He made a decision. So that a lot of times actually is sufficient. Now, I still think that he's kind of operating under this clouded mind that he had from the bar, and that he was in this angered rage. And so I really hope that there's at least a lesser included instruction here, where they instruct the jury, at least, if you don't find him guilty of first degree, do you at least find him guilty of second degree? And I think that that's going to be a very appropriate way of dealing with this.
Yeah, and just to pile on this poor kid, the kids who were killed were well respected and well known in the community. And it was a very highly publicized case. Now, when you go to jury selection, you try to get out folks who are going to have some sort of bias. But at the end of the day, it's almost like instant spark of life, because people are going to know who these young men were. They may not have a bias about it. They're going to know the difference. One from one side of the tracks, the other from the other side of the tracks. That's going to hurt them as well.
I agree. Even if you look at their profile shots, their headshots, they look like great, reasonable kids. They have really, really good, history, track record. One wants to go to law school. One's was going to be a gifted athlete, it seems, and even has family in the NFL. And so it's easy to sympathize, to feel for these victims, and that's probably going to aid in a conviction.
Absolutely, yeah. So that's again 10.